Mic check one, mic check two. Sure look good to me. Ow. Thank you for tuning in. I am your host, Joseph Martin. Hit that like and subscribe button to support the channel and hit that bell icon to receive notifications. Let's get right to it. This channel is about learning, growing, and earning. I take past and current events from my personal life, something historic or trending, and use it as a teaching moment. Whatever you want to do to be successful, whether that's earning more money or improving your relationships, the best thing you can do is to educate yourself on it. That's what I've been working on behind the scenes to improve my audio quality here on YouTube. One of the things you need to have great audio is a good recording environment. A room like this one that I use is not ideal, and here's why. It's not treated for sound, which causes a lot of reverberation. You've likely heard reverb for short, and it's when sound bounces off of hard surfaces like this desk, the ceiling, hardwood floors, walls, anything solid, and it's picked up by your microphone. It's like a bunch of echoes bouncing back to your mic at different time frames, all mushed together, and it sounds horrible. All right. Right now, you don't hear it because I invested in something that removes the reverb from your audio. Let me give you a quick demonstration. So, believe it or not, this whole time we've been recording, I've been running a fan. Let me show you. We've been running this fan the whole time I've been recording. Now, one of the tools that I'm using is a noise suppression filter in OBS Studio. So right now I'm going to remove that filter so you can hear the difference. And here we go. You should be able to hear a huge difference because I can see it in the meter. All right, so I'm gonna leave this noise suppression off so you can hear how horrible this sounds while we go to the other tool that I'm using for the de-reverb. So right now the de-reverb tool is called the Clarity VX de-reverb, and I'm using the stereo version. I'm about to cut that off right now. Okay, so now when I talk to you, you should be able to hear the echo that I was talking about. And just to give you a little bit more emphasis on that echo, I'm gonna cut the fan off. So now when I talk, you should be able to hear the reverberation, the reverb that I was telling you about that bounces off of the hard surfaces. You can hear it bounce off the desk, the ceiling, the hardwood floor, the walls, everything, the table, anything hard is gonna bounce right back to this microphone. So now I'm gonna cut it back on, and now that should have went away. And I have the fan off right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut the noise suppression back on so we can hear the difference with that. So now, matter of fact, I'm gonna cut the fan back on first. And now there's our noise suppression. So that's the difference between having quality tools and realizing that it's not just the microphone. So when you're watching a lot of these YouTube videos or podcasts and things like that, we can see the microphone and we'll spend $400, $500, $600 on a microphone, and come to find out it's a lot more stuff that goes on behind the scenes you're not aware of that causes that sound quality to be so good. The recording program that I'm using for my videos is OBS Studio, and it has some filters that are included in the software, which is convenient. But let me tell you something about free. Free usually doesn't perform as well as something that you pay for, and it might not be something you can get without paying for it, which brings me to the VST3 plugins. VST3 stands for Virtual Studio Technology, and the 3 indicates that this is the 3rd version of VST. These plugins simulate professional studio recording hardware in a software format where it can be used on your computer in digital audio workstations, or DAWs. The Wavelink software by Elgato is what unlocks all the potential for their Elgato Wave XLR, which is this guy right here. I'm using it now, and to learn more about it, I'll put a video link up on the screen. They've added the ability to use the VST3 plugins in the software, which takes it to a whole nother level. I'm going to show you where I went to purchase my plugins, how to install them, and how to use them in the Elgato Wave Link software. So first, we are going to head to waves.com, and I have it pulled up right here. you're going to go over to where it says search right here. And we're going to type in Waves Central. Now, let me explain to you what this is. You will not be able to download and install and activate the plugins you purchase without this program. This plugin managing software helps you keep track of all your plugins and your licenses that you receive from Waves Audio when you make purchases. Now, depending on the hardware that you're using, whether that's an Apple or Mac or Windows, depends on the Wave Central program that you download to install on your system. So make sure you pay attention to that. All right, now that we have Wave Central open, this is what it's going to look like. Now, let me show you where we're going to go. If you already have an account, you can log in. If you don't, you go right here and click create an account. If you have a Google account already, Facebook, it'll be very simple and fast for you. You can use that, or you can go ahead and create a new account. And I'm going to go ahead and log in. All right, now that I'm signed into my account, we're going to click over here on the right of the screen where it says shop now. All right, these plugins are beat making plugins. That's not what we're looking for. So if you come over here to the left where it says plugins, you're going to click right there. And I know what we're looking for, so I'm going to go right here and type in Clarity, C-L-A-R-I, and they're already popping up. Okay, there's pro versions and then there's the standard versions. For me, it actually worked for me just to be able to get the standard. This is the plugin that I use to remove noise from my background. I have not installed this one yet. This is why we were using the noise suppression in OBS Studio, but this is the one I'm going to walk you through once I show you these. So this is the first one. So this is the one that I'm actually using right now to remove the reverb from the room that I gave you a demonstration about earlier. So after we've purchased these plugins, they're going to show up in our Waves Central account. If we go over here to install products, it's going to show you the plugins that I have. So it's telling you I have the Clarity VX, the Clarity VX D-Reverb, Sibilance, and the VU meter. So I already installed the Clarity VX D-Reverb, which we talked about. So let's walk through installing the Clarity VX. So you select it, and it's telling you where it's going to put it at, full license and all of that. So down at the bottom, it says install and activate. You're going to click that. So it's telling me to close OBS Studio. I picked up right where I left off, and now it's telling you that the install and activate is complete. So I'm gonna go ahead and click OK. I'm gonna go ahead and install the other ones as well, because I already showed you how that works. It's gonna kick me out of OBS, so I'm gonna go ahead and do those now. All right, now both of those are installed and activation complete. So click OK. And there we go. I got all of my plugins installed now. I didn't show you what those other two were, so I'll briefly go over them. So here's the Sibilance part. Oh my gosh. So here's the Sibilance plugin. This one is to take the harsh S's and T's and stuff that makes this sound when you talk S's, snakes. This is supposed to work on that and bring it down and make it less harsh on the ears. That's what Sibilance is. Okay, so here is my other plugin. This is the VU meter. Now what VU stands for is volume unit. And I'm going to bring over the meter that's in OBS Studio. So I detached it so you can see it. Now you might be familiar with the green, yellow, and red that you see on the screen. That's the PPM, and that means peak program meter. And that basically means the overall volume, the end of it, whether it's in green, yellow, or red, that is the peak. That is the loudest point of the volume at that point in time. That black bar that you see bouncing mainly in the green and in the yellow, that is the VU meter. That is the volume unit. That is the average volume of the sound that you're hearing. So that's the average of it as I'm talking. And when you're doing vocals like what we're doing now, it fluctuates a lot. You got a lot of pauses. Sometimes you get excited and sometimes you talk a little low. When you're doing that, this is an excellent tool for you to pay attention to the VU so you can make sure the average volume of your vocals are where they need to be. Because in the Wave XLR program, it doesn't have the VU meter. It just has the PPM. So that's why I got that meter. All right, now I am inside the Elgato Wave Link software. And we already talked about the meters and all of that good stuff. So you seeing all of that. Let me show you where we need to go. Down here, this funny symbol, I wish I knew what it was. It looked like a heartbeat monitor thing or something. We click that. And now these are the settings or the plugins and effects that I have on my mic right now. We got the Clarity VXD reverb, which we talked about. And these are Elgato filters that are already built into the software. So I want to show you, we installed 3 new plugins, and this is how we add them. We go down to where it says add effect right here. We click that and we have Waves. We bought them from Waves, right? If you look and see, it's not showing right now. And matter of fact, when I first installed it, it didn't even say Waves down here. It just said Elgato after I installed it. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on? I didn't purchase these plugins and they didn't even show up. So let me show you how we fix that. The only reason Waves is showing right now is because we already had a plugin from Waves installed. So this is how we fix that problem. If you don't see the new plugins or any plugins show up after you install them and they're in the right folder. So what we do, we exit this and we go over here to settings. I got to bring it over. It's on the other monitor. So when we go to settings, we go to where it says audio effects right here. Let me show you this first. This folder right here is where all your VST3 plugins need to be at. And it'll tell you where that is. The C drive, program files, common files, VST3. They need to be in there in order for them to register. For some reason, sometimes Elgato doesn't scan it often, so you have to tell it to scan it. So you click scan folders. And there it is. It found 2 audio plugins found. Click OK. Now let's go back. There they are. Now, I'm kind of nervous because we didn't just install 1 plugin, we installed 3. So I don't see the semblance and I don't see the VU meter. I don't think y'all understand how nervous that made me. Whoa, my goodness. I think I grew hell. But we figured it out. All we needed to do was restart the computer. So everything rebooted and everything loaded up. So let me show you where we are right now. We go over here to settings. It popped up on the other screen. Here we go. So we go to audio effects and we click scan folders. When you click scan folders, it will locate the plugins and it will upload them. After it does that, we go down here where it looks like a heartbeat monitor. And then we go to add effect. When we go to add effect, we go down to waves. And now we can see we have more options now. We have analyzer, dynamics, and restoration. Those 4 plugins are going to fall in one of these 3 categories. So the first one, analyzer, is the VU meter. The dynamics is the sibilance. And the restoration is the Clarity VXD reverb and the Clarity VX. The Clarity VX is the noise removal tool. So now let me show you this area right here. Right here where we have our audio effects. We have 3 audio effects listed here. This is called a plugin chain or a processing chain. The top plugin is going to be the first thing that your audio goes through. And then that signal goes to the next one and so on and so forth. Depending on what that plugin does, you want it to go in a specific sequence. For instance, we have the noise filter on right now in OBS Studio. It's called noise suppression in OBS Studio. It's being processed last, and it actually needs to be processed first. So we're going to go in OBS Studio and cut off that filter. There we go. So now you should start hearing noise in the background again. Let's go back over here. And when we look at our plugin chain, we don't have anything to remove the noise from our audio. So we go to Add Effect, Waves, Restoration, Clarity VX Studio right here. So click that. And now we have that tool. This right here is the analyzer. So we can visually see what's going on with the audio. Right now, we don't have any of processing with this tool added to the audio yet. When you mouse over a different part of the tool, it explains to you what's going on at the bottom. So when we mouse over an analyzer, it says white line represents the input signal, reduction shown underneath in pink. So I already played around with this tool. You mouse over this where it says turn right to reduce ambiance. I'm gonna put this at 50%. So when we get that to 50, that should reduce a lot of the noise that you hear in the background. Now we're gonna go to our plugin chain right here. Our Clarity VX is the last plugin in this list. You click, you left click, and drag it up to the top. Now let's check that chain again. Okay, that's first. Now the next thing we want to do, we want to de-reverb the audio, and that's second. So it's already done. Let's check our settings. I have mine set on 32, so that's already set. And then we have an analyzer over here, and we can see how it's adjusting the audio and how it's processing it. Let's go back to our chain. Elgato EQ, Elgato compressor. That's it. And now you should be able to hear my audio sounds a heck of a lot better. And if you watch some of my previous videos, even the situation with the mic is different. Like the research was real to find out how to get the sound that I was looking for. Guys, if you believe that education is something that only happens in school, you need to get that idea out of your head because it is not serving you. Learning is something that you need to be involved in every day, and you want to surround yourself with people who are doing the same thing. This is something that I'm doing every day, and it shows whenever I do get a video up. You should be able to see the growth from one video to the next, which should translate into increasing my ability to earn by becoming more valuable to offer more to other people. I hope that you learn something, and I hope that you earn something. If you want to learn the #1 reason why everyone should read, check out this next video. God bless.